Hey there, Virtue Chic Divas. It's your girl Nikeya Young here, and it's time for another segment of VCTV. So today, we're going to keep it 100. We're going to talk about a very important topic that is somewhat awkward as we have grown. We're grown women now. But remember when you were a little kid and you wanted to be someone's friend? How did you go about doing that, right? You would just run up to them on the playground and say, "Hi, my name is Nikeya. You want to be my friend?" And as goofy as that sounds, with our little childlike brains, we would respond with, "Yeah, okay, sure." And from that moment forward, we were friends, right? Well, that does not work with adults. You have to get to know each other. You have to find common interests. Things that were so much simpler when we were little kids are a lot more complicated when you have work schedules to balance, home life, kids, all kinds of things. So I actually had this conversation with my life group recently. How do you make friends? So let's talk about it. How do you make friends? There are a couple of things you can do. Number one, find a common interest. This is the same thing as playground, but a little more sophisticated. So for example, what are things that are important to you? For example, my faith is very important to me. So most of the people that I'm going to be around are going to be church people. That is the number one place I find friends. But there are other places you can find friends. If you have interest in fashion, if you have interest in books, you may meet someone at a networking function. You have to go out of your house, is what I'm saying. They're not going to come to you. Which leads me to point number 2. Go beyond social media. Okay? So just because you're checking in with somebody online or you hit a friend request and that person accepts you, okay, now we're friends. Interacting with someone in person, being able to hear their tone of voice and know whether or not they're really okay, as opposed to just seeing them online and thinking all is well. These are things that have gotten lost in the shuffle as social media has come about and become more popular. We simply don't know how to communicate anymore. It takes a lot of concerted effort on our parts. So you can't just trust social media or only talk to people online. That's great, but go beyond that, okay? Things like texting are even problematic in a sense that it's quick, you can get it over and done with, but again, you can't hear their tone of voice. So go beyond social media, arrange a time to meet in person, okay? So, okay, fine, if you want to shoot them a text, fine, but say, "Hey, I have Friday open or I have Saturday open. What are you doing? I'd like us to go out for coffee." Okay? So number one, you're going to find a common interest because you have friends right under your nose. Trust me. But a lot of times we don't take time out of our busy schedules to develop the relationships that we have already. Okay? We have a treasure trove of people who probably want to get to know us on a deeper level. So we just have to take that extra step. Okay, so after you find a common interest, after you go beyond social media, number 3, and this is very important, you are going to be the kind of friend that you want. Okay? I'll say that again. You are going to be the kind of friend that you would want. If support is important to you, find someone that is doing something and find a way to support them. Okay? If they have a concert, I'm going to go to that. If they have a business, like, how can I support your business? And make it genuine, like genuinely be interested in them. Don't do it with a hidden motive of, okay, so I did that for you, and if you don't do the same thing for me, I'm going to have an attitude and I ain't going to want to talk to you no more. That is not a true friend, right? So do it because you genuinely see what they're doing and you want to see them win. The law of sowing and reaping works without fail. So if you give the kind of love and the kind of encouragement and the kind of support that you want for yourself, you will reap that back in return. It's natural. It can't fail. Okay? So let's talk about some things that make doing everything I just said difficult. The main thing that makes finding friends difficult is, or I should say forming friendships, because you can find them, but fear. Fear is the biggest thing. And why are we scared? It's kind of like when you're a child, it's like, are they going to accept me? Are they going to reject me? I'm not really sure. But if you've had a past experience where you put yourself out there and someone did not receive you, or they were very, very hurtful to you, it makes you draw into a shell that you don't even realize you're in. So you subconsciously take that out on everyone else who tries to be your friend. You're like, I don't know. Last time I tried that, it didn't work. See, that's why I don't like being around other females anyway, because they be acting funny and I don't need all that drama and I'm gonna stay to myself. Okay? So you have to overcome all of that fear. And if you need someone to help coach you, if you need an accountability partner, if you need to talk to a therapist about it, do it, because you can't continue to stay in a shell and rob yourself of friends. You need friends. You, yes, you. Repeat after me. I need friends, right? It is not good for anyone to be alone. The Word of God says that. He wasn't just talking about being single versus being married. It's not good to go through life alone. You need someone who can help you. You need someone who can encourage you. You need someone who can hold you accountable. Right? You need people who are not yes people, who aren't going to agree with everything you do. You need people who are going to pray for you. You need that. So, do it. Let's do the friendship challenge, okay? For the next 30 days, this is the friendship challenge. I want you to find one person who will be a good mentor. Pray about it. Ask God to show you some people who are already in your circle who would be great mentors, and make an appointment with at least one person to have coffee with and ask them to be an accountability partner for you. Okay, so that's a mentor. That could be someone a little more seasoned in life. They don't have to be a senior citizen, but if they are, that's fine. But I'm just saying someone who is more skilled at something than you, more spiritually mature than you. You can't only be around people who are exactly at your same level, because how are you going to grow that way? So find someone who is at a place in life that you aspire to get to, and ask that person to be your mentor, or at least begin the process of getting to know them over the next 30 days. Okay? That's the mentor part. Number 2 part of this friendship challenge is to find at least 2 other people that you're already on good terms with, and they're already friends of yours already. But because you're so busy, you have so much going on, if you go to church together and you have a great time at church, but outside of choir rehearsal, you never ever see each other again, make time to hang out with this person outside of the church setting. Or if it's somebody you really mesh well with at work, make time to hang out with them outside of the work setting. And you don't just become besties overnight, so don't have these huge lofty expectations for it. But friendships are built one step at a time, and this is a step in the right direction. So, do you accept the friendship challenge? Let me know in the comments. Let's go.